Jason Aldean, gonna know we were here.
New Country, Wolf, Brian for the overnight. It was actually a pretty nice day today, wasn't it? Wasn't quite as cold as the past couple of days. Better than the single digits and teens we saw earlier this week. I'll take 30s. Lee Bryce, A Woman Like You on the Wolf.
Last night.
Kelsey Ballerini, Dibs.
Number 1 for New Country, Wolf 105.1, 96.7. It's Brian. And hey, if you shop at Wegmans, you might want to listen to this. Wegmans is recalling about 1,125 pounds of chicken that it produced without getting the meat inspected by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. This chicken was produced on January 3rd, just about 3 or 4 days ago. The problem was discovered by a federal inspector during a review of Wegmans' records. The USDA said that an inspector found Wegmans changed its production schedule and produced the chicken products outside of the approved hours of operation. So if you bought chicken from Wegmans on January 3rd, again, that was just 3 or 4 days ago, make sure you return it to Wegmans, don't eat it, and get a new chicken. Jana Kramer coming up, Carrie Underwood, Cole Swindell is first, right here on The Wolf.
Little Toy Guns, Carrie Underwood.
New Country, Wolf, don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram at Wolf1051. We'll keep you updated there on all the latest happenings in the world of country music. One of the people we follow, she's a good follow, Jana Kramer. Here she is, I Got the Boy.
Low Cash, I Love This Life.
Number 1 for New Country, Wolf 105.1, 96.7. It's Brian working the third shift. And the Wolf welcomes Brad Paisley to the On Center at War Memorial later on this month, Saturday, January 30th, with special guest Cam. You know Cam, she sings Burning House. Love that song. Make sure you listen to the Wolf all day, weekdays, beginning with Big D and Bubba at 5 a.m., and you'll find out when you can win your way into the show. Here's Blake Shelton, Gunna, New Country, the Wolf.
I'm gonna take you for
Sam Hunt, Break Up in a Small Town.
New Country, Wolf 105.1, 96.7. Another hour of the overnight already gone, just after 1 o'clock now. I'm Brian, thanks for having us on tonight. Well, now that the weather is finally turning colder, well, it's kind of warming up now, but it was pretty cold earlier this week, that's for sure. But anyway, it's still cold enough for the local ski resorts in central New York to make some snow. So if you're a skier, make sure you hit them up, give them some business, keep them in business. They haven't done much so far this year. Jason Aldean.
They're still black.
Tim McGraw, Top of the World.
New Country, the Wolf, Brian working the overnight. Thanks so much for having us on tonight. Well, I know it's been cold around here so far this week, especially Monday and Tuesday. Not too bad today, but it was much worse 22 years ago. Back in 1994, January 4th and 5th, central New York was hit with the blizzard of 1994. Syracuse got 26.4 inches of snow in less than 40 hours. And part of that included some lake effect, which left 8.4 inches of snow at the airport in just one night. And in some places, snow fell at a rate of more than 3 inches per hour. So if you remember the blizzard in 1994, feel free to text me here in the studio. The text number 31279. I don't remember much from it. I wasn't very old at that point. But if you remember it, hey, text me your memories, 31279. I'll try and share some of them on the air tonight. Thomas Rhett coming up along with Luke Bryan. Randy Hauser's coming up first, right here on The Wolf.
Kick the Dust Up, Luke Bryan.
New Country, Wolf, sharing some of your thoughts about the blizzard of 94. And I got a text from Deborah in Baldwinsville, 31279. She said she was snowed into her home for about 3 days. So luckily she had gone grocery shopping before the storm hit.
Baby, last night.
New Country, Wolf, we're on Twitter at Wolf1051. I got a tweet from Bob in Liverpool, and he said he was one of the plow drivers on duty during the blizzard of 1994. And he said there was about 150 total snow plows on duty during that blizzard, and they spread about 5 million pounds of salt on all the roadways in Onondaga County during that storm. That's a lot of salt, but hey, there's a lot of snow, 26.4 inches.
Brothers Osborne, Stay a Little Longer.
New Country, Wolf 105.1, 96.7. It's Brian. I have that brand new song from Kanan Smith coming up in just about 3 minutes. Right now, here's Kip Moore. Hey, Pretty Girl on The Wolf.
Hey, pretty girl, won't you look?
Michael Ray, Real Men Love Jesus.
Central New York's number one choice for New Country. It's The Wolf, and I'm Brian. Thanks so much for listening tonight while you work the third shift. Hey, if you're an NCIS fan, Michael Weatherly is leaving the show after 13 seasons. Michael Weatherly played Special Agent Tony DiNazzo, and he's been with the show since it debuted in 2003. In postings on his Twitter account on Tuesday, Michael Weatherly thanked the show's fans worldwide and said NCIS was a fantastic ride, and he called DiNazzo a wonderful character one who is fun to play. Jason Aldean coming up, Luke Bryan, Eric Pasley is first, right here on The Wolf.
Luke Bryan Games.
Don't you just love when we play Luke Bryan and Jason Aldean back-to-back on The Wolf? I mean, they're two of the best artists in country music right now, aren't they? And they're best friends, that helps. Jason Aldean gonna know we were here on The Wolf.
Got to gas.
Jenna Kramer, I got the boy.
New Country of The Wolf with another new country artist who's just quickly rising to the top to compete with the superstars of the world. It's Granger Smith and his brand new one, Backroad Song. I love it on The Wolf.
Barbed wire fence carving on a hill.
Low Cash, I love this life.
New Country, The Wolf with Blake Shelton.
Eric Church, Mr. Misunderstood.
Number one for New Country, Wolf 105.1, 96.7. It's Brian, and let me know if this ever happened to you. I had lunch yesterday with one of my former professors from SUNY Oswego. He's a great guy. But I didn't know if he was going to show up or not because I tried texting him and calling him, but apparently his cell phone had been, shut off. He's not paying for the service anymore. So he ended up showing up, and he got there, and I asked him about it. I was like, do you still have your cell phone? And he's like, oh, funny story. He decided to turn his phone off, completely. He hasn't even carried it around on him anymore. Because he was keeping it in his pocket. We'll say his left pants pocket. And on his, left thigh, he noticed the hairs were beginning to burn off from his leg from the radiation from the cell phone. He had a bald spot there from where his phone would be in his pocket. Has this ever happened to you? I mean, I keep my phone in my pocket, and I've never noticed that happening to my leg hairs. But if it's happened to you, let me know. I'm kind of interested if this is happening to more than just him. Coming up, I have Sam Hunt, Chris Young, and the Eli Young Band right here on The Wolf.
Chris Young, I'm coming over.
New Country, Wolf 105.1, 98.3 for downtown Syracuse. Brand new from Sam Hunt. Break Up in a Small Town on The Wolf.
I knew I'd see you around.
Thomas Rhett, Die a Happy Man.
New Country, The Wolf, and if you've lost your dad, I'm so sorry for your loss, but here's a song for you to get you through it. This is about Cole Swindell losing his dad. You should be here on The Wolf.
It's perfect outside. It's like God.
New Country, Wolf. Good Thursday morning. Wow, it's already Thursday. Where did this week go? It's flying by. It's Brian. Thanks for having us on early this morning. Hey, The Wolf welcomes Brad Paisley to the On Center at War Memorial Saturday, January 30th with special guest Cam. Make sure you listen to The Wolf all day, weekdays, beginning at 5 a.m. with Big D and Bubba for a chance to win your way in. Here's Perfect Storm.
She was a drink.
We went, Randy Hauser.
Number one for New Country, Wolf. It's Brian. Thanks so much for listening early this morning. Have you ever reached into your pocket thinking your smartphone was vibrating, only when you reach in there, you find out it didn't actually buzz? Well, hey, you're not alone. Researchers say this is a real psychological issue called phantom vibration syndrome. Several previous studies that have surveyed college students have found out that the majority of college students experience a phantom vibration once every 2 weeks. College students are just so, hooked on these phones, they want it to vibrate, and then their brain makes them think it actually vibrated, even though it actually didn't. Hey, maybe we should spend a little less time on our smartphones. I don't know how else to solve the problem. Brothers Osborne coming up, Little Big Town. Blake Shelton is first, right here on The Wolf.
Girl Crush, Little Big Town.
New Country, Wolf 105.1, 96.7. Big D and Bubba coming your way in just over a half hour now, 5 a.m. Stay a little longer, they'll be here. Brothers Osborne now on The Wolf.
Jason Aldean, gonna know we were here.
New Country, The Wolf, it's Brian. As promised, Big D and Bubba coming your way next, starting at 5. They'll get you to work, and they'll be here for the first part of your workday, too. They're here till 10. Make sure you keep it locked to The Wolf all day, though, because you might find out when you can finally win those Brad Paisley tickets for January 30th. I'll be back tonight at midnight. Talk to you then. Here's Keith Urban, Break On Me on The Wolf.
There'll be days your heart don't wanna be. You pray more than you breathe.